Hello, me handsomes. Everyone calls me Granpar. Now, I'd like to tell you a story. Years ago, one evening on the family farm in Devon, when I was milking the cows, two frogs jumped up the steps from the yard into the milking parlour. The workman, who was helping me, saw 'em and rushed out of the shipping and into the parlour. He picked up a brush and chased 'em across the floor. I could hear 'em shouting, "Get out, you dirty frogs!" Came back a few minutes later to collect a bucket of milk to take into the parlour, whilst I started milking Dandelion, a beautiful ruby dam cow. He told me he'd missed the frogs and said they must be magicians because they completely disappeared. Now, it turns out that the frogs had panicked and they'd hopped as fast as they could until they come to the wall under a shelf. There they saw a metal container and they jumped the highest they'd ever jumped into a bucket. They landed with a plop. They'd hopped into a bucket of cream, which had been skimmed off the top of the milk churns the day before, and the missus was keeping. The frogs began to kick their legs to stay afloat. The cream was too soft to stand on, very hard to swim in, and too slippery to be able to climb up the side of the bucket. The first frog shouted, "Keep swimming!" The second one replied, "It's too hard. I can't keep it up. We're doomed." "No, we're not," replied his friend. "Just keep paddling." They kept kicking their legs in silence until the second frog cried out, "I've had it. I'm worn out. I can't move my legs any more." He stopped paddling, sank to the bottom of the bucket, and died. The other frog thought, "I'm not going to give up. I can keep moving," and he paddled away as best as he could. That frog was a determined little fella and continued to kick his legs in a breaststroke. The sun set, lights went out in the milking parlour, moonlight came through the open door, and the stars shone over the farmyard. The frog kept moving and at times almost lost consciousness, but he was determined not to give up. His kicks were getting slower and it was becoming harder work, but he kept going. Finally, the frog shut his eyes as he couldn't move another muscle. Suddenly, the frog woke up to the crowing of the cockerel and the singing of the dawn chorus. It was the beginning of another day, and the parlour began to fill with light as the sun rose into the sky. The frog realised that he was still in the bucket, but his paddling had turned the cream into butter. He was lying on the solid surface. He got up, jumped out of the bucket, and hopped away across the yard and was gone before the morning milking. Now, the other day, I remembered that story when I was thinking about prayer. So often we pray and nothing seems to happen. We think that God hasn't heard us, but we need to keep on praying. Over the years, I've learnt, don't give up. Just as each kick of the frog's legs counted and eventually led to turning the cream into butter, so each prayer counts. God hears it and will answer it because he loves us and wants us to have the best. The answer may not be what we expect, but he'll answer it. So when you pray, keep it simple, keep it real, and keep on praying. Well, thank you for listening. God bless you, me handsomes. Keep on praying.